There is something genuinely satisfying about a device that fits in a jacket pocket, but still packs enough punch to handle serious work. Most tablets these days are basically laptop replacements that feel like carrying a tray around, but this little machine keeps the focus on portability. It is the kind of gadget that makes you want to actually use it, whether you are sketching on a train or just clearing out your inbox at a coffee shop. The design hasn't changed much, but that is fine because the form factor was already near perfect. It feels dense and premium in the hand, not like some cheap plastic toy. The screen is sharp and vibrant, and honestly, the way it handles reflections makes it much easier to use outdoors than most other tablets. Now the big story here is the A17 Pro chip. It is overkill for a device this size, but that is exactly why it is great. Everything feels snappy, and it handles multitasking without even breaking a sweat. You can jump between apps, edit a quick video, or dive into some heavy gaming, and it just keeps going. It is also ready for those new intelligence features, which is a nice bit of future-proofing, even if the real-world impact of those tools is still evolving. The battery life is solid too. You can get through a full day of mixed use without constantly hunting for a charger, which is really the baseline for a device meant to be carried everywhere. The camera setup is perfectly fine for what it is. The front-facing lens is positioned well for video calls, and the center stage feature does a decent job of keeping you in the frame if you're moving around. It is not going to replace a dedicated camera, but for scanning documents or a quick video chat, it is more than capable. One thing that really stands out is the support for the Pencil Pro. It turns this thing into a digital notepad that feels surprisingly natural. The way it snaps to the side is satisfying, though you do have to be careful not to knock it off if you're tossing the device into a crowded bag. If there is a downside, it is that the base storage starts at 128 gigabytes. For some, that is plenty, but if you are planning on loading this up with high-resolution photos or a massive library of games, you might find yourself managing files sooner than you would like. Also, while the screen is beautiful, it is still stuck at a standard refresh rate, which is a bit of a bummer when you see how smooth everything else feels. Still, it is hard to find a reason to complain when the overall experience is this polished. It is not trying to be a computer, and it is not trying to be a phone. It just occupies this unique space where it is small enough to be convenient, but powerful enough to be useful. If you want something that feels like a high-end tool rather than a media consumption toy, this is pretty much the only game in town. It is a niche device, sure, but for the people who need it, there is really nothing else that comes close.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.